So you're thinking about moving to Sevierville, Tennessee. Well, let me tell you this. This little mountain town has become one of the most talked about places in East Tennessee. You've got incredible mountain views. You're right next to Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge. The cost of living is still relatively affordable compared to many parts of the country. And people are moving here from all over the United States. But before you load up the moving truck and head to the Smoky Mountains, there are some things you should know about what it's really like to live in Sevierville, Tennessee. In this video, we're going to talk about where Sevierville is located, what it's known for, what it actually feels like living here full time, the cost of living, the real estate market, the pros and cons of living here, and who Sevierville is really perfect for. And I'll also share a few local insider tips you won't hear in most videos. Now, before we jump in, if you're thinking about moving to East Tennessee, my team and I help people relocate here every single week. So whether you're moving next month or maybe next year, you can call, text, email, or schedule a Zoom call, whatever works best for you. And when I say my team and I can help, we're not just a team of realtors. Our team is made up of agents who were born and raised right here in East Tennessee. So you're getting true local knowledge about this entire region. Let's start with the basics. Where exactly is Sevierville, Tennessee? Well, it sits in Sevier County, which is one of the most well-known counties in the entire state of Tennessee. Why? Because this is the gateway to the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, which is actually the most visited national park in the United States. So when you live in Sevierville, you're essentially living in the middle of one of the most beautiful mountain regions in the country. Now, geographically speaking, Sevierville is located about 45 minutes from Knoxville, about 20 minutes to Gatlinburg, about 10 minutes from Pigeon Forge. So what makes this location really unique is that you get the feel of the small town mountain living, but you're still very close to restaurants, shopping, healthcare, and a regional airport. And if you've never been to this part of Tennessee before, the landscape here is incredible. You've got rolling hills, mountain views, wildlife, rivers. It's the kind of place where people step outside in the morning with a cup of coffee and just look at the scenery and go, ah. And honestly, that's one of the biggest reasons that people fall in love with this area. Now, Sevierville is known for quite a few things, but the first thing most people associate with Sevierville is one person. You got it, Miss Dolly Parton. She was born right here in Sevier County, and the area is very proud of that. There's even a giant statue of Dolly in downtown Sevierville. But beyond that, Sevierville is also known for tourism. This region is one of the largest tourist destinations in the entire Southeast. Millions of visitors come here every year to visit the Smoky Mountains, Dollywood, Pigeon Forge attractions, hiking, and outdoor recreation. And because of the tourism economy, the area has a lot of restaurants, entertainment, and shopping options that many small towns wouldn't normally have. For example, Sevierville has the Tanger Outlets, which attracts visitors from all over the region. So while Sevierville has a small town feel, it also benefits from being located right in the middle of a very active tourism market. Now let's talk about something that's really important when people are relocating. What does it actually feel like to live here? Because visiting a place on vacation and living there full time can be two completely different experiences. The lifestyle here is very much centered around nature, community, a slower pace of life. People who move here often say the same thing. They say, everything just feels calmer instead of traffic and crowds everywhere. So you've got mountain views, quiet neighborhoods, wildlife, hiking trails. You're nearby the Smoky Mountains National Park. It feels like it's in your backyard. So if you enjoy outdoor activities like hiking, fishing, camping, kayaking, scenic drives, this area is absolutely incredible. Another thing people notice is a sense of community. Sevierville has that small town feeling where people know their neighbors, many businesses are locally owned, and there's a friendly atmosphere. For many people relocating from larger cities, that's exactly what they're looking for. One of the biggest reasons people are relocating to Tennessee, and specifically East Tennessee, is the cost of living. First of all, Tennessee has no state income tax. So for retirees, remote workers, or people moving from high tax states, that can make a huge difference. Housing prices here are still relatively affordable compared to many parts of the country. Now, of course, prices have gone up over the past few years because so many people are moving here, but overall, it's still much more affordable than places like California, New York, New Jersey, Florida, and even some parts of North Carolina. Utilities, groceries, and property taxes also tend to be reasonable compared to national averages. So for many people relocating here, they find their money simply goes farther. Okay, hold on. I want to go back to the no state income tax. When people hear that, they actually think it means they're saving a little money. But what most people don't realize is how big the difference can actually be. For some people moving here, it means keeping $5,000 to $10,000, sometimes even $20,000 more every single year. So I want to break down exactly what that means, how it works, and why it's one of the biggest reasons people are moving to East Tennessee right now. And honestly, this comes up in almost every relocation call I have. People moving here from places like California, New York, New Jersey, Illinois, or even North Carolina are shocked when they see the difference in their monthly budget. So let's break it down in simple terms. In Tennessee, the state government does not tax your earned income. That means Tennessee does not tax your salary, your wages, your bonuses, your commissions, your retirement income, your Social Security, or your pension income. So if you're moving here for a job or working remotely or retiring, the state of Tennessee does not take a percentage of your paycheck. Let me give you a real world example. Let's say a couple moves here and their household income is $120,000 a year. In some states, the state income tax might be 5 to 9%. So that same couple might be paying anywhere from $6,000 to $8,000, sometimes even $10,000 plus per year in state income tax. When they move to Tennessee, that money stays in their pocket. And that's one of the reasons we see so many people relocating to East Tennessee. This is especially attractive for retirees. A lot of people moving to the Smoky Mountains are retiring or they're semi-retired, and Tennessee does not tax Social Security, pension income, 401k withdrawal, or IRA distributions. So many retirees find their money stretches a lot farther here. But there is a trade-off. Now, I always want to be very transparent about this. Just because Tennessee has no state income tax doesn't mean there are no taxes at all. The state still generates revenue in other ways. In Tennessee, the biggest source of state revenue is sales tax. So when you purchase goods or services, you'll pay sales tax. And depending on the county, the total sales tax rate is usually around 9 to 10%. But here's the key thing many people notice. You only pay when you spend money. You're not taxed on what you earned. Hey, that's a novel idea. And for many of my clients relocating here, when you combine no state income tax, lower property taxes, and in many areas still affordable home prices, it can dramatically change their lifestyle. Some people are able to buy a larger home, purchase land, invest in a cabin or short-term rental, or just simply enjoy a lower cost of living. That's one of the things I love about living here in East Tennessee. You can have the beautiful Smoky Mountains in your backyard, outdoor activities year-round, a slower pace of life, and financially, it can make a lot of sense for many people. So if you're thinking about relocating to East Tennessee, whether it's in 9 days or 90, and want to understand the different towns, the cost of living, property taxes, or what types of homes are available, my team and I would love to help you. Every week we help people who are moving here from all over the country. So if you're considering relocating to Gatlinburg, Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, Newport, or anywhere in East Tennessee, reach out. You can call, text, email, or set up a Zoom call using the link below. My team is made up of agents who are born and raised right here in East Tennessee, and together we can help you find the right area, the right property, and make the move as smooth as possible. Okay, now let's get back to talking about Sevierville. Let's talk about real estate in Sevierville because this area has a very unique housing market. You'll find several different types of properties here. One of the most popular is mountain cabins. Surprise, surprise. These are often used for short-term rentals for tourists visiting the Smoky Mountains. Investors from all over the country purchase cabins here because vacation rentals can perform very well in this area. But Sevierville isn't just cabins. You'll also find traditional neighborhoods, new construction homes, homes with acreage, mountain view properties, retirement communities. So there's really something for everyone depending on what you're looking for. We work with buyers relocating here who fall into several categories. Some people are moving here for retirement, others are remote workers who can live anywhere and want the mountain lifestyle. Some buyers are investors looking for vacation rentals, and others are just people relocating for a slower pace of life. So let's talk about some of the big advantages of living in Sevierville. Number one is obviously the scenery. The Smoky Mountains are absolutely beautiful all year round. Another advantage is the outdoor lifestyle. You can spend weekends hiking, fishing, exploring waterfalls, or simply driving through the mountains. The cost of living is also a big benefit. Compared to many states, Tennessee is still relatively affordable. And because this area has such a strong tourism industry, there are plenty of restaurants, attractions, and activities nearby. Finally, people really love the community atmosphere here. It feels like a small town where people are friendly and welcoming. Now, I always like to keep these videos honest because no place is perfect. There are a few things you should know before moving here. The first is tourism traffic. Because Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge are so popular, certain times of the year can get pretty crazy, especially during peak seasons like summer and fall. Another thing to consider is that this area doesn't have the same level of big city amenities you might find in larger metropolitan areas. While there are plenty of great restaurants and stores, it's still a small town. Healthcare options are improving, but some specialized care may require a drive to Knoxville, which isn't too far. For many people, those trade-offs are worth it, but it's something to keep in mind. So who is Sevierville really perfect for? This area tends to attract retirees, outdoor enthusiasts, remote workers, real estate investors. If you love nature, mountain views, and a slower pace of life, this area can be an incredible place to live. But if you're someone who wants big city nightlife, professional sports, and constant activity, you might prefer a larger city. One insider tip if you move here: locals know how to avoid the tourist traffic. There are certain back roads and alternative routes that residents use to get around quickly. And once you learn those routes, living here becomes a lot easier. So if you're thinking about moving to Sevierville, Gatlinburg, or anywhere in East Tennessee, my team and I would love to help. We help people relocate here every single week. You can call, text, email, or schedule a Zoom call, whatever works best for you. And again, when you work with us, you're getting a team of agents who were born and raised right here in East Tennessee. So you're getting true local expertise. And if you're researching the Smoky Mountains area, make sure to subscribe because I put out videos every week about living, relocating, working, playing, and everything real estate in East Tennessee. I'm Heidi Hines, and I look forward to seeing you in the Smokies.